This is my last post of the year for Give Smart by Thomas J. Tierney and Joel Fleischman, responding to the question of whether or not I would recommend it to a friend. And my answer to that question is definitely yes. And I think that a lot of people might disagree with that statement because Give Smart seems from the outside as a book that's really catered towards people with the resources, connections, and network to make a really concerted and big philanthropist effort. But I think that's not what the authors of this book had envisioned for its readers. Even in the foreword of the book, the statement is clear that they think that anyone, that you yourself can be a philanthropist, and it doesn't necessarily mean donating thousands of dollars. It can mean donating hours of time and really making an impact and doing it strategically. So for that reason, I think it would be great to give to a friend of mine who was already like-minded and wanted to do work and service for social justice, but then also for a person who hadn't thought about that kind of lifestyle. Because one of the things that Give Smart did for me, and I think it could do for other people, is really open their eyes to all the different possibilities they can give, and it would really change the perspective of people who think they can't give because they don't have resources, from that perspective to a new one that says, I know X amount of people, I am interested in this passion, I think I can make a real difference in this area. When thinking about, in general, what I've learned most from the book, I would narrow it down and target it to 3 areas in Chapter 2, Chapter 5, and Chapter 6. And Chapter 2 really deals with what success is and how it can be achieved. And it really caused me to think, whenever starting a project, to how I was being real with myself about what I should plan and should envision, what things would be necessary to achieve the goal that I wanted, and then was I capable of it myself. And so I think that chapter in Chapter 2 talks about being real, being clear, being honest. And that's really, really important for me because it allows me to make realistic goals that I know that I can accomplish and then build up upon them. This Chapter 5 talks about working with my grantees, and I think that's important to know what's expected of you from the people that you're helping, but then also kind of getting a consensus of what is needed in the area where you want to help. And I think being able to do that is another step in taking and making certain that your efforts are well received and actually making a difference. And then the last thing I think I've learned is in Chapter 6, which is am I getting better? And that's generally assessing your improvement and looking at the areas where you've succeeded and figuring out why you've succeeded, and then also looking at the areas where you failed and then making the corrections so that they don't happen the next time. And I think the combination of all 3 are what are helping me grow as a person, as a philanthropist. And so, yes, to answer the original question, I would definitely recommend this book to someone else because I think it would be helpful for their growth as well. All right, signing off.